I count the hours like loose change, spending them on nothing much, rearranging and rearranging things that don't quite add to such. Night arithmetic, soft and slow, adding up the yes and no. Night arithmetic, only mine, everything between the lines. Some nights the numbers fall in place, some nights they scatter like gold rain. I sit here in this quiet space and do the math of loss and gain. Night arithmetic, soft and slow, adding up the yes and no. Night arithmetic, only mine, everything between the lines. It never balances quite right, but something in the trying makes the numbers feel like light. Inside the quiet crying, still counting, still here. The math doesn't matter as much as I thought. I've been living in the waiting room of what comes after what I've known, sitting with the comfortable gloom of not yet ready, not yet grown. The waiting room, this is fine, everything in its own time in line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. Some people hate the waiting room, the suspension of the not yet clear. I've learned to decorate the gloom and make a home while waiting here. The waiting room, this is fine, everything in its own time in line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. Something holds me in this place. Not a chain, not a lock. More like gravity's embrace. More like the ticking of a clock. Held in place by invisible things, by the weight that belonging brings. Held in place, soft and still, not against and not by will. Held in place, warm and true, by everything I've come back to. I tested the edges once, walked the perimeter of my life, found myself returning at once to the warmth on the other side of strife. Held in place by invisible things, by the weight that belonging brings. Held in place, soft and still, not against and not by will. Held in place, warm and true, by everything I've come back to. Not trapped, just held. There's a difference. I've been holding my breath for something, not sure what the something is. A change, a word, a quiet becoming, or just the end of all of this. The held breath, waiting still, something gathering its will. The held breath, suspended time, everything paused before its prime. The held breath, mine alone. The quiet before the known. There's a moment just before exhale, when everything is possible and held, when the world could dip in any tale, when nothing yet has been compelled. The held breath, waiting still, something gathering its will. The held breath, suspended time, everything paused before its prime. The held breath, mine alone. never said you'd stay forever. You just stayed a little long, and I was good at almost never getting used to feeling wrong. Almost yours in the dark, almost real, almost art. You were close enough to touch, almost everything, almost too much. The light comes in at 5 in the morning, finds me where you left me cold. I stopped believing in the warning signs I should've known to hold. Almost yours in the dark, almost real, almost hard. You were close enough to touch, almost everything, almost too much. I don't need you to come back, I just need the night to last a little longer, a little darker, a little closer to the past. Almost yours. Almost. Almost yours. Almost yours. Dim the room down to the low, where the edges start to blur. Let the lamp decide the glow, let the night become a blur. Dim and soft and finally still. This is more than just a feel. Dim the room, dim the thought. Let go of everything you fought. Dim the room, low and right. This is how I spend the night. There's an art to dimming down, to turning off before you break, to laying softly on the ground of everything you need to take. Dim and soft and finally still. This is more than just a feel. curtain thin. The night is doing what it does. I let the evening settle in and rest inside the quiet buzz. Midnight amber, warm and gold. A story only night has told. Midnight amber, soft refrain, the kind of beauty born from pain. I trace the shadows on the wall and name them things I used to know. I'm not afraid of what they call the space between the high and low. Midnight amber, warm and gold. A story only night has told. Midnight amber, soft refrain, the kind of beauty born from pain. Amber holds the light just right, not too bright, not out of sight, just enough to make it real, just enough to let me feel. Midnight amber, warm gold. The city's turning slow tonight, and everything is amber light. The bassline knows the way to move into the night's most honest groove. Sway with me, into the low, into the free. Sway with me, this is where I need to be. Sway with me, be. Sway with me, sway with me. This is where I need to be. The streets that always find me at the hour when there's no one around. Shadow walk, soft and slow. Only I know where I go. Shadow walk through neon streets, finding peace in what the silence keeps. Shadow walk, just me and night, moving somewhere between dark and light. The shadow doesn't ask me anything, it just follows without question. And sometimes that's the kindest thing, another presence without suggestion. Walking in the shadow of the city, and the shadow walks with me. That's enough company. The copper light of late October falls through my window differently. The year is getting slowly older and so much gentler. close.